Surprise, surprise. Today we learned Hunter Biden, well, he got a sweetheart deal from his dad's Department of Justice. Who would have guessed that? Hunter, he'll plead guilty to 2 tax misdemeanors, but he cut a deal on the felony gun charge. And I find that interesting. Hunter's dad, he talks a lot about enforcing gun laws.
And it's time we establish universal background checks that require safe storage for firearms. We also established a zero-tolerance policy for rogue gun dealers who willfully violate the law. Now, instead of a slap on the wrist, their license is revoked. You have a lot of gun dealers who are engaged in shady actions. Well, guess what? It used to be they'd get a fine. Now they lose their license to sell.
Shady interactions? Sounds like Hunter Biden. Well, if Joe wants to enforce gun laws and safe gun storage, start with your son. Hunter, he allowed Kayleigh Biden, his sister-in-law, who he was intimate with, to throw one of his handguns into a trash can across the street from a high school. Sounds safe. Hunter, he wasn't charged with the crime. Instead, the Secret Service, they covered it up for him. And according to a DOJ press release, quote, on or about October 12th, 2018, through October 23rd, 2018, Hunter Biden possessed a firearm despite knowing he was an unlawful user of and addicted to a controlled substance. Well, that's a felony. If convicted, that means Hunter should be what's called a prohibited person, prohibited from buying a firearm. But Hunter, he got what's called a pretrial diversion agreement. As Bloomberg Law notes, this could lead to the weapons offense being dropped if he complies with certain conditions for a period of time. Wow. Do you think a 20-year-old kid in Chicago gets a deal like this? Nope. Guess what he gets? He gets a felony. But Hunter, he walks. A former DOJ official told me earlier today, I would never allow a pretrial diversion agreement for a crack user, maybe marijuana, but not crack or cocaine or heroin. But Hunter, well, he's special. He's a Biden. How can you claim the moral high ground on guns when you have a habitual crack addict buying and possessing a weapon? You can't, Joe. President Joe Biden, he has no moral high ground. He was busy tipping the scales of justice.
Are you confident that Hunter did nothing wrong?
I'm confident.
Sir, there is something personal that's affecting you. Your son, while there's no ties to you, could be charged by your Department of Justice. How will that impact your presidency?
First of all, my son's done nothing wrong. I trust him. I have faith in him. And it impacts my presidency by making me feel proud of him.
And Hunter knew it.
There's a current Department of Justice investigation into your finances.
Yep.
What is it about? Can you say anything more?
I can't, but I can say this, is I'm cooperating completely. And I am absolutely certain, 100% certain, that at the end of the investigation, that I will be cleared of any wrongdoing.
You're 100% certain.
I'm 100% certain of it. And all I can do is cooperate and trust in the process.
And apparently former President Trump, he knew too.
I called this one too. And I said that Hunter will probably be charged with some minor offense like jaywalking, so that the FBI and the DOJ can pretend that they're fair. Oh, we got Hunter. So while they're going after me under the Espionage Act, that's like the creation of missiles in your basement. They got him for nothing.
And now the liberal media hyenas, they are trying to use the Hunter sweetheart deal to shut down the Biden investigation altogether.
Now we are seeing Hunter Biden take responsibility and plead guilty. Certainly this is a day of closure for the president's family.
Historic in and of itself, though it may not satisfy some critics of the president and his son who've been looking for perhaps more blood here.
Trump Republicans have been trying to stir up conspiracy theories left and right. One after another have been disproven. They don't like the facts. They love conspiracy theories. Well, this is another one that didn't play out for them.
It will now point to Hunter Biden as being somebody with a criminal record, and they will insist that the Biden Justice Department gave him simply a slap on the wrist.
This is not some sweetheart deal, but this is pretty standard.
Those nasty Republicans just looking for blood. So while the media, they are running cover for the Bidens, the White House, they work to portray Hunter as a victim today. In a statement, the White House said this: the president and first lady love their son and support him as he continues to rebuild his life. We will have no further comment. So Hunter Biden is just a guy trying to rebuild his life. That's the message that the president declared a few hours ago, now that he's proud of his son.
I'm very proud of my son.
And Hunter's lawyers, they even declared Hunter deserves your empathy.
There are people who've treated him very poorly. And I know, Hunter struggled in a lot of ways. And I wish people, I understand that he's the son of the President of the United States, but all of us have family members that have struggled with addiction and other issues. And I know it's hard to have empathy for that, but a lot of people showed no empathy. But that's not a legal issue. That's just kind of, you wish the world would be different.
Now, take a look at these photos from his laptop. Is this someone you feel sorry for? I don't. This is a guy who flew around the world making money off his dad's influence and power. Do you want to know who I feel empathy for? I feel empathy for the thousands of average Americans without fancy lawyers. They don't have well-connected families, but they incur the full wrath of the American criminal justice system.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.